Welcome to the channel. My name is Brian Yamashiro. I'm a registered massage therapist here in Canada, Ontario. We're just gonna go over something that I see a lot from a lot of my clients. A lot of tennis elbow pain, also known as lateral epicondylitis. It's inflammation of the tendon from overusage, right? It's called tennis elbow because a lot of tennis players get it, a lot of wrist action. But honestly, that's just a name given to it. I find that a lot of my clients that have it are clients who do a lot of computer work. That seems to be the most reoccurring problem for it. But yeah, pretty much when you, for example, when you're typing, your middle finger, or most all your fingers, when they extending meaning going up, you're actually using all these muscles. So the muscles that make the finger go up, they come up, they attach right into that bone. And tennis elbow we're usually causing pain right in this area here. So to treat it, what I usually do for my clients, and that helps them a lot, is we'll go through it together. So usually first, go at your own pace. It might be a little more tender for you than it is for others. Or if you want to increase the tension or the pressure on these stretches or these massages that you're going to be doing here, then go ahead, right? Go at your own pace. If it's excruciating pain, avoid it. If if it feels good, then keep going. It's a good sign. Okay. So for this case, we're going to do it on my right arm here. You can do it on whatever arm is bothering you. You can do this to your partner if they're the one that is having pain, right? But in this case, I'm by myself, so I'm going to do it on my own arm. So generally, what I like to do to begin with is just move it around, see how it feels, right? Up, down. Does it hurt when it goes up? Does it hurt when it goes down? When you go up, you're contracting the muscle. When you go down, you're stretching it, right? Okay. Let's put a nice light stretch to it. Play around there, right? I'm gonna go wrist down. Does it feel good? Does it hurt? You be the judge, right? Usually if it feels good, those are good signs, right? When you bring the wrist down, you can try and keep your elbow straight. You could enhance the stretch here if you rotate your elbows outward. Okay. Supinating the elbow here. An exterior rotation. Okay. So wrist down, elbow flares outwards. Cool. All right. You can do that for as long as you want. We're going to move on to the next stage. We're going to do fascial work, okay? So what I like to do here is I just like to use my thumb and just along the back side of my arm, I'm going to, without oil, I'm going to go up the arm and try and do fascial work. You're working with the layer between the skin and the muscle tissue, right? You could do this. Try and get rid of any adhesions, the stickiness parts in between those layers of the skin and the muscle. When I'm working on clients, you can do skin rolling. It's kind of like you're pinching the muscle, you're lifting it up. You're not lifting the muscle up. Well, kind of you are. So you're lifting it up and you're also rolling across, like so. I don't know if you can see that. Right? I mean, it's not a pleasant feeling, but it's definitely an effective technique. So if you were doing this on another person, you would use two hands and you would roll it like so, right? In this case, I have one hand, so I'll try my best. So something that is very common that I see with my clients who have tennis elbow is when I'm skin rolling the back part of their forearm, the extenders, it's very crunchy. It almost feels like you're ripping you can feel the stickiness in between, and it's just clumping and it's declumping. It's actually so satisfying because you feel like, that could be one of the main causes of why this pain is happening to begin with. So I'll do a couple more of these. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing, fascia work, but this time we're gonna do an active stretch to it while we're stripping the muscle. Okay, so wrist up. You're gonna with your other hand, you're gonna put the thumb in this area here, behind the wrist. We're gonna work our way up slowly. Okay, wrist up, put pressure down into the muscle, and as you go up towards the elbow, in the same time, you will bring the wrist down. Okay, you're gonna stretch the muscle, and at the same time, you're gonna strip it. Okay, all right, repeat. Just copy that. Nice. All right, you might feel some knots, some trigger points. You don't have to copy me exactly. If you feel like you need to hold a trigger point, go ahead and do it. You can hold it for 20 seconds. Generally speaking, when you're doing a trigger point release, from a pain scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the most pain, 1 being barely any pain at all, you want it to be around a 7. So for example, if I found a knot here, I'll hold it. I want to put as much pressure until it feels around a 7 out of 10. 10 being like the most pain, 1 being barely any pain at all. And you'd hold it, right? It's a lot of pressure on the thumb. So what I like to do personally is I use my elbow, right? So if I find a knot here, I'll hold it here with my elbow. Yeah, the elbow definitely gets in a lot deeper. If you're doing this on your partner, even better, easier. Okay, so you'll go all the way up. Now when you get higher into the elbow here, it's probably going to be the most tenderest spots. Now depending on how severe your tennis elbow is, it will be a lot more sensitive, more tender. So go at your own pressure, your own pace. Make sure you're comfortable. It should never be like excruciating pain. You don't want to damage it. So a nice sweet spot is usually right under that lateral epicondyle. So like that bone that these muscles attach to, you'll feel it. And right underneath it is usually a nice sweet spot that you want to get into. Right? You can hold it, you can friction it. Right? Good. Another amazing technique that you can do. Let me just double check that this is filming still. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're 9 minutes in, so I'll make it quick here. If you have a Graston tool, it's a stainless steel tool with kind of like a more smoother edge to it. It kind of gets in deeper. I find that is a very good tool to use for tennis elbow. If you don't have one, you could find a household object. In this case, I'll show you an example of something that you could use. It's just one of these type of spoons, right? Not the metal spoons, because those are a little, you technically could use it, but it's a little more on the sharper side. If you can find something that has this nice smooth edge to it, I don't know if you can see that, right? It works good. Now, generally you want to use like an oil, a cream. In this case, I'm not going to use one. Just, I can't find one right now. So put a little bit of cream there, right? You can put like one of those heating creams on just to make it even more fun. Now, same idea. If you want, you can do the stretch with it, or you can just do it neutral. But you want to go up all the way to the bone. Don't go over the bone. Go up to the bone, okay? You don't ever want to go massage over the bone. That's not pleasant. Okay. Now what you might find is that near the top of the extender muscles is where you'll feel a nice tender, a knot, a trigger point, right? When you're working with these trigger points, try to really get on top of it and not let it slip, okay? When you're doing a trigger point release, your goal is to find it, land on it, don't slip, apply that pressure, more firmer, try to get that pain scale to a 7 and hold it, okay? You're gonna feel it dissipate slowly. It's gonna feel less and less painful. It's gonna go from 7 down to a 6, down to a 5, to a 4, okay? If you're feeling something else, maybe it's getting more intense, the pain, or maybe it's creating just something very discomforting for you, then ease off a bit. Maybe it's a little too much. Right now for me, I could feel something there, so I'm kind of just going in at it, putting it to work. I'm using my hands every day. I'm applying almost deep tissue. So for me, to work my forearms is so important. Right? So that's one way you can use this. You can generally treat yourself for like 20 minutes on each side. 15 minutes is good, 10 minutes is good. Any amount of time is good. Show some love to your arms. After you're done working this out or massaging it and doing all that stuff, stretch it. It's always important to stretch it. We'll go back at the first stretch that we did at the very beginning. Stretch it out. Hold it for 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, whenever you're doing stretches, it shouldn't be painful. It should just be kind of nice. You should just feel a nice pull, right? Some people are way more flexible than others. Some people are a lot stiffer. So you might be here, maybe you might be all the way there, right? So just be careful, especially if you're hypermobile, right? You know your body best, so you just go at your rate, your own pace. Okay, that's it. Do it to both arms if you're having those pains on both arms. And maybe after, if you feel like you overworked it, maybe grab some ice, apply it on for a bit. But that's generally a very easy way of explaining how I technically train or treat my clients who have tennis elbow. I do fascial work, right? Because obviously once you put the oil on, you can't do fascial work, right? I do a lot of fascial work. We went over some techniques, skin rolling, right? We did some work with actual massage with the oil, and then some Graston type of work, right? And then generally that's just like a concept of how you would treat tennis elbow, right? There's many more techniques you could do, but that's the concept, right? Some fascial work, we did active release, right? That's a good technique for it. And then we did some Graston, we did some stretching, and that's it. Keep it simple. The whole other aspect of training and treating tennis elbow is the strengthening portion of it, right? This is just like kind of the massage treatment for it. I mean, I can make a whole another video on it after, but to treat tennis elbow, or to treat any pain, actually, any injuries, a huge factor is your strengthening portion of it, your exercises, not just the massage part, right? In the end, it's always important to strengthen your body, to keep it mobile, and that's how you stay healthy. So yeah, maybe I'll do another video on how to strengthen it, because that's a whole different thing, right? That's something that you do need to do though, to help improve all this stuff, right? Okay. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned some stuff and that benefits you. Maybe you can benefit somebody else. Maybe you can treat your own partner and they'll be amazed and surprised and they'll love you more. You know, you can treat a friend or maybe a family member, and hopefully you can help them out. You know, this type of pain is very excruciating. I have clients who can't even grab a cup from a drawer because, you know, the pain that they get is just debilitating, right? They grab something, they drop it, and they're like, what's going on? I can barely hold the pen. So don't let it get that bad. That's another thing that a lot of people do. They live a very sedentary, repetitive lifestyle. They get a bunch of pain and they don't do anything about it until it's very bad. And then they get to a point where, I wouldn't say there's no return, but you know, they get to a point where it's so bad that it's going to take a lot of work for you to get back to what it was before. So it's very important to maintain a good routine. You know, if you're sitting a lot, you got to do those stretches, those mobility exercises for your lower back, your hip flexors. You need to strengthen the body overall. In general, it's just so important to stay healthy. You know, the last thing you want to do is just be suffering in pain, just walking down the stairs, getting up and down a chair, because all these things is very important, right? To stay happy. You know, if you have a healthy lifestyle, a healthy body, and you're strong and you're able to do just daily task things, then you'll be happier, right? And like, health is wealth, right? So that's it. All right, hope you liked it. If you subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. You know, share it with somebody who could benefit from it. And if you have any requests on anything that has to do with like the body, massaging it, how to treat something, leave a comment below, and I would love to, you know, make videos on requests so I can help you out. Okay, take care. Bye.